Hi, so I had a brief look, more than a brief look actually, at Rhapsody on a Windy Night, because it was the one that I actually opened the computer to look at a couple of weeks ago, however long it was. Then I went ranting on about the wasteland. So the title Rhapsody evokes an ode or song, but also ecstasy or heaven to a windy night, or on a windy night, or windy as in zigzag, nui, nut, zigzag as in Cassiopeia's W. I think Shu was known as the wind, perhaps because he had too much curry. I think because of the association with Newt and the city, Eliot may also be referring to a windy city, but not Chicago. There's also an association in Star Law of the Ages between the wind and Sirius, which could be a link to the door as the opening of the season of flooding of the Nile. On the surface level, we have someone who's concerned about their journey destination, who feels like they descended into darkness and perhaps on the edges of madness and is uncomfortable. However, they arrive at the correct destination. They have the key. This could relate to an initiation process like the death of the ego. I was thinking about the wind and perhaps Song of Solomon, because the idea of a rhapsody in a song, like 4:16, awake north wind and come south wind, blow on my garden, that its fragrance may spread everywhere, let my beloved come into his garden and taste its choice fruits. It's quite steamy. Also Mort d'Arthur with the three queens, and as it were one voice, an agony of lamentation like a wind that shrills all night in a wasteland where no one comes or hath come since the making of the world. So the wind also as like a song or lamentation as well. So the poem starts at midnight, 12, associated with the witching hour, where it begins. Midnight was sunset, dusk prior to the Roman times. Reaches of the street, where street could also be avenue, where you've got ave, it's like hail. New. Lunar synthesis contains the word sin, as though sin has been associated with the moon and the feminine aspect. Flaws and flaws are homophones, suggesting we've forgotten the importance of this lunar aspect. A madman shakes a dead geranium. Is that Dionysus? I'm sure if it's something to do with him and geraniums, but also I think Demeter, but I got bored of Googling. So street lamp muttered. Mutter in German is mother, and Mut means mother in ancient Egypt. She was the mother of the moon goddess Khonsu, which links back to the lunar incantations and synthesis. Regard or look at that woman, suggesting she's a lady of the night. Mary Magdalene and others have been likened to prostitutes, but this may have a deeper symbolic meaning. The eye, like a crooked pin, made me think of the Wedjat or Ujjat, and that's linked to seeing nothing, possibly Newt. In the child's eye, the eye of Horus. The twisted branch may be the same branch that he talks about in landscapes. May also relate to Draco the serpent being twisted after Athena threw it into the sky. It kind of froze at the celestial North Pole. It was at that point the pole star. The hard and cold and ready to snap reminded me of a crocodile, just the snap part. And the cat, I think, flattens itself in the gutter, something like that. So there's in the gutter looking at the stars, which could be the Cat's Eye Nebula in Draco. I've got a little bit more.